So hi guys, I thought I would do just a second video today, just because I finished eating at a pub. So I thought I'd just give you an update, just because the last week or so I've been eating outside a bit more. I actually suffer from anxiety when it comes to eating outside, because I don't have any control over what's being prepared. So that really makes me very anxious. And the other thing is, when you're looking at a menu and you're trying to determine what you can eat, sometimes that's one thing that kind of sets me off. So I've actually just come outside the establishment, just up the road a bit, because it's becoming really crowded. It is still raining, so a lot of people are taking shelter just now, because there's a lot of cyclists and walkers that have been using canal today. So yeah, the place that I went to is just a mile outside Kirkintilloch roughly. It's a place called the Stables. So I went in and couldn't figure out what I wanted to eat at first. And eventually I was getting really stressed out about it, because I was already hungry to begin with, and my sugar levels are low. And so when I asked a member of staff what they had that was gluten-free, they actually bought me out a separate gluten-free menu, which became really helpful. And so I ate that. Oh, I actually ordered a gammon steak, which was on the menu, and I actually ordered mashed potatoes with it, purely because I'm very conscious that sometimes the chips have a coating on them. So one, to preserve them, and one to kind of give that more crispier taste in the fryer. Hi. So yeah, that kind of settled my nerves a bit, and the food was really good in there. When I was a kid, we actually stopped off a couple of times just for a packet of crisps and some juice while we cycled to Kirkintilloch from Dad's house. I'm looking at the sign just now, but I'm probably about 3.5 miles away from my dad's house just now, which isn't too bad, although he's out at work, so I'm not stopping over. The other place I went to yesterday, I was out for a meal as well, and I was in a place in Glasgow city centre called Red Onion. So that's just off Sauchiehall Street. I think it's West Campbell Street that's on. And I think, if I remember correctly, either the manager or the chef themselves has a member of their family who has been diagnosed with celiac disease. So because of that, they've made a separate gluten-free menu for those who also have the condition or who are gluten sensitive. So when we went in yesterday, I looked at the menu and I don't see which one's gluten-free. But if you do go to the waitress that's serving you, and ask specifically for the gluten-free menu, they actually bring the gluten-free menu over. So they have a normal menu, and they've also got the a la carte menu as well. And you've got your starters, your main meals, and you've got dessert. And for those that like chocolate brownies, they have chocolate brownies that are gluten-free. So if anybody's looking for somewhere in the city centre, I know that again, that's another place that does gluten-free. Yeah, so the other places I tend to go to more often than anything is Wetherspoons, which is all over the UK, so you don't need to just go into Glasgow. But the Wetherspoons, no matter which establishment you go into, they've been gluten-free they have options on the menu that have been gluten-free, and they've been stating that for years, which is why I go there. And their staff is usually very helpful and friendly. We unfortunately had an incident about 2 or 3 weeks ago now, where I'd ordered a sundae, and unfortunately there'd been a mix-up. It was a genuine mistake, but there was gluten in it, and I was ill, and the staff and the manager could not have been more helpful with the situation and understanding. And even to the point where the manager emailed me about a couple of days afterwards to make sure that I was okay. And Wetherspoons, he's actually reassured me, for anybody who's looking into this and is very concerned about their about eating out, Wetherspoons actually do an allergens training program for all their members of staff, which actually makes me feel a bit more better. It's not that I would want to go back. I always want to go back to Wetherspoons because for me, I just find it a bit more safer. So it makes me feel more comfortable that Wetherspoons do take that initiative and do train their staff up to know about allergies. Not allergies, is gluten and lactose again. So their staff tend to be a bit more clued up on that. And the last place that I kind of want to talk about is a cafe in Cumbernauld area. For those who are in the Cumbernauld area or travelling there, there is a coffee shop called Cafe Vanilla, and they do gluten-free options, so you can actually get a gluten-free sandwich. I have to admit, my favourite one is a deli sandwich, which is, I think it's the Tizeran, can't pronounce it, a Tizeran turkey sandwich, and it's got turkey on it. Yeah, turkey on it. There is a onion kind of chutney on it, and some salad and apple with cheese, and I have that on a gluten-free brown bread sandwich. So that's really good. So if you are in those areas, have a look in those places and check them out. Again, all these places that I've been to, staff have been really friendly. And if you're wanting more information, there are loads of places on the Glasgow City Council website now that can give you the gluten-free options, places that you can eat outside. So have a look at them. Thanks.